Brooklyn Independent Television.
Welcome to Brooklyn Review. I'm Brian Vines. In Bay Ridge, an old battle is getting worse as a group of Fifth Avenue business owners continue to fight to rid the business district of food carts. The organizer of the Save Our Streets campaign says the carts are operating illegally and cutting into the profits of many of the area's businesses. As Sherry Carabin reports, things may have calmed down, but they're far from over.
A peaceful scene on this Sunday afternoon along 86th Street in Bay Ridge. But beneath the surface, a battle continues to brew between those who run these two food carts and several Fifth Avenue business owners who say the rules of the Business Improvement District prohibit the carts.
They're sitting there like pirates in the middle of the night, operating in a bid that has no vending allowed, and it's not fair.
We've been there for 4 years. Nobody's ever told me they had a problem with me. They're trying to imply like I'm a criminal in these streets, that it's because I'm trying to make a living, I'm wrong. That's
SAMMY KASSEN. He manages Middle Eastern Halal food, the cart that has experienced the most problems. KASSEN says each time he moves the cart to clean it, opponents set up new obstacles to keep him from returning. First, he says, they installed these benches. When that didn't work, he says protesters, led by the owner of the Lone Star Bar and Grill, stepped up the fight.
We came, to come bring our cart back like how we've been doing for the last 4 years, and we saw a table here with some of the store owners and the owner of the Lone Star Bar on the bench telling us, we're trying to clean our streets and we don't need these food vendors to destroy them.
It went for a couple of days and we got our point across, and now the city is enacting a rule that Mayor Giuliani made years ago to have a review panel review this avenue and put us on the no vendor food zone list, which is what we want. Because even though we're on a no vendor zone list, it doesn't say food next to it. So what happened was years ago when they made that list up, food wasn't an issue.
Councilman Vincent Gentile's office has confirmed that the New York City Department of Small Business Services is reviewing this situation. However, a spokesman for the councilman could not say what the outcome would be. The councilman is co-sponsoring legislation that would require mobile food vendors to display letter grades similar to the ones posted in restaurants, perhaps helping to address another concern of business owners who feel the carts have an unfair advantage.
All the business owners on the block feel that it's unfair that we have to pay $6,000-$7,000 a month rent just to be here, and we're all struggling to survive, and they're not paying really. What are they paying? We really don't know. There's nothing wrong with competition. I like to call it fair competition. It has to be fair.
I pay my rightful amount of taxes. We pay our permits. We pay the rent for the commissary, the rent for parking. We pay our bills. They say we don't have utility bills. What keeps this car operating? They make it sound like we have no bills. We don't pay employees. I don't understand. Come work in a car and tell me how it is. It's a 24/7 job, honestly.
What do you think a fair solution to the problem might be?
Well, if they don't have to pay rent like the rest of us, then maybe they should just give something to the Business Improvement District of 86th Street. It's called the BID. We all pay our dues as building owners and business owners. That might help some of the other business owners here be a little happier about it.
The food carts do have their supporters.
I don't know why this guy is fighting them. I have no idea why he's picking on them. I have no idea why. Because he has his own place. They don't bother anybody. They're just making a living with their families like everybody else. You want to take one at the time. You want to get rid of this guy first and then that one.
I think the storefront people have their points, and I think he's also, he has the right to sell food outside on a cart if people are going to buy from him. I think there's enough room for everyone.
Some in the neighborhood, including KASSEN, are even questioning the true motives of opponents.
They don't bother anyone. I think, these are the only two carts, I think, in all of Bay Ridge, and this is the shopping district, and I do think it's a racial issue. I do.
Allegations that business owners deny.
It's Really, nothing about race at all. It's a great neighborhood. Everyone gets along fine.
It's not about competition for me. They don't take away from my food business. They do take away from the stores across the street. They do take away from the local Chinese restaurants. It's not fair that you could just come here, set your card up, sell your food, not answer to anybody, not pay the dues that we pay to the bid, not pay for garbage pickup, leave all the garbage on the street. We're not allowed to do that.
If you had a problem with me, you could have came up to me like a human being and, discussed it with me. And I'm not an animal. I'm not going to bite you. You can come and tell me, look, we feel that A, B, C, and D. It's just not right. There's criminals in the street. There's drug dealers. Why aren't we looking for them? Why aren't we coming together to save the streets from them? Why are we trying to reduce jobs?
In an effort to address concerns that he's not doing his fair share, KASSEN recently announced plans to make a financial contribution that would go toward the improvement of Bay Ridge. While he is willing to work with business owners, KASSEN says he isn't leaving and plans to stand up for his rights as well as those of other vendors.
I feel like we have the right to be here. We pay our bills, we pay our taxes, so why should we move? So I believe, we should stand strong and do what I do every day, work and hope for the best.
Reporting from Bay Ridge, this is Sherry Carabin for Brooklyn Review.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.